What is up, Heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Hump Day. Very happy to be here. Hope everyone is healthy. Hope everyone is having a great day. I know some of you out there are not, and I apologize. But it's not my fault. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Psh, figure your lives out. Oh man. I see a chat, a piece of chat in the comments that I really want to call out. Before we get into the topics, Scott K has a fantastic idea. I know it's been floating around a little bit, having more control over global championships, guild war, as well as Hydra fighting and Ascension fighting. Scott K says, any other war generals want the ability to prohibit attacks in addition to assigning them. So what is Scott talking about? This is a really cool idea that I've seen a couple of times. So in Guild Wars, you have the ability to assign attacks, right? My generals or guild master assigned me the Mage Academy and the barracks, denoted by this little red icon. Now, the Global Championship over on Hero Wars Mobile doesn't quite have this yet, and this is a really bad sticking point. Something that the community's been asking for a very, 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 very long time. The ability to have cross-server wars, which are now called Global Championships, having assigned attacks there. But Scott wants to take it a little bit further, and that is to prevent people from attacking. To block specific players from attacking early, maybe, or maybe blocking certain players from attacking certain installments, maybe setting it so that I can only attack Isla Chappelle and I can only attack this Samurai 3 guy. I think that'd be okay. That I was only able to attack my assigned target. I think that would be a pretty cool idea. Really cool idea, Scott K. We'll definitely pass this along. I don't know how much traction it'll get, considering that they've been working on global championship assignments for 6 months. Yeah, and forever for Guild War assignments on Hero Wars Mobile. But it's definitely a very cool idea. And you can extend the same kind of control. And I don't mean control, but like direction. Some like a little bit more pressure directing your guildmates on who and what to attack. Could work in Hydra head fighting, and it could work in the guild raid system on Hero Wars Facebook and web. Telling people to specifically only use their attacks, or wait to use their attacks until the next tier of boss, or anything like that. That'd be a really cool idea, Scott. Thanks for sharing that. I know that I've seen that floating around a little bit, but it's a really, really cool idea. Really cool idea. I like that, guys. If you're interested in supporting the channel, D. Warman is in the chat asking everyone if they would click that like button. And with your help, we can continue to be the best Hero Wars community on the internet. Thank you so much, Mr. Warman, for asking for all of those likes. I really do appreciate you being here and running the show. More about prohibiting the small buildings in front from being attacked until Citadel and Foundry are down. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, so let's talk about something that kind of popped up a little bit overnight. A little issue. Let's talk about point number 2 here. It's like why I don't hate any hero. Why will I? And I have done this. To be clear, I have absolutely done this. I'm absolutely guilty of doing this, but I do not feel good about it ever. So let me set the stage for you. Somebody, let's say Adam S., who just joined the live stream. Hi, Adam. Good to see you. Let's say Adam asked about Krista. Now, this is my biggest problem with what I'm about to discuss. Adam wants to build a team with Krista, right? And you guys know very well how little I think of Krista by herself, right? Krista without Lars is a very poor hero. I think she's a poorly designed hero to rely on Lars. Lars works very well without Krista in a lot of situations. Works even better with Krista, right? But Krista has very, very, very few situations where she excels if Lars isn't in the same team, right? Now, I could say Krista is the worst hero in the game, which I have said multiple times, and I do apologize for that. But Adam loves Krista, okay? I don't want to make Adam feel like he made the wrong decision, right? He's playing this game. He's either a free-to-play player, a pay-to-play, or a pay-to-win player. You know, whatever type of player Adam is. And I apologize, Adam, for calling you out like this. Completely unplanned. I just picked up the next person that said anything in the chat. If I were to completely disparage Krista, if I were to just say how bad Krista was, how Krista is the worst player or the worst hero in the whole game, I can't believe anybody would level up Krista. There's a lot of problems with that statement. A lot of problems. First of all of these heroes aren't created equal. They're not summoned equally, right? There's different levels of complexity to getting these various heroes. For example, you start with Galahad. You don't start with Krista. What if you spent money? What if Adam bought one of the $20, I guess it's a $15 bundle for Krista, wherever the bundle is. Here we go. What if Adam bought this right here? $15. So proud. Spent $15, got the emeralds, got the gold, got the VIP points, was able to summon Krista, get her up to a 3-star or whatever. Loved building Krista. Comes to me, asks about Krista, and I'm like, oh, Krista's horrible. Don't ever level Krista. Worst hero in the game. How would that make Adam feel? Would Adam continue playing the game? Would Adam change his ways and play another hero? Adam wasted his money. Adam would feel like, potentially, based on my opinion, that he wasted his money. And I don't want anybody to feel that way. Krista is a completely viable hero. With the right teams, every hero is a viable hero. Every hero can excel in various activities. Some heroes are specifically better at certain activities than others. For example, Zhu, while Zhu is a fantastic damage dealer, he excels at single target boss fights. He excels versus Hydra heads. He excels versus bosses in the campaign. He excels versus the guild raid boss. But he's not the best damage dealer in PvP, Arena, Grand Arena, Global Championships, Guild War, all of that. I think that there's a million different ways to play this game. A million different ways. And if you want to make Krista a part of the reason why you play the game every single day, because this is a grind, this is a long-term game, then who am I to say that you've made a bad choice? Valentin says Kark is the worst hero. There you go. Some people hate Kark. Some people think that, Ziri or Astaroth or Rufus is the worst tank in the game. Some people think that, of the agility-based damage dealers that, Artemis is crap. Some people say that, I don't even know. Worst mage in the game? I don't even know. I don't know. Worst healer? Worst... I will make it an effort. And I want all of you to call me out immediately. I need all of you to call me out immediately if I do this. If I ever make a video that's saying you made a mistake investing your time and money, resources into a particular hero. If I ever make a video about that, you guys got to take me to task. Like, you really have to. And this is not me just being like, oh yeah, I love this game. I want everybody to play this game. I want to say that every hero is good because Hero Wars pays me to say. It's not that at all. It's more about my community feelings, right? Judge is OP. Judge is OP indeed. The game is a waste of money. I prefer spend $50 on a game on Steam or Epic. I get the whole game, not just 150 soul stones. Yeah, nothing's stopping you. Nothing's stopping you. Fully charged Kark is probably most difficult to kill. Judge has been deemed unfit for service in Guild Wars. Woof, 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 woof. Richard, them's fighting words. So somebody came to me over the last 24 hours, and they were feeling some kind of way about somebody making a statement about their preferred tank. And I see this a lot in my comments. Whenever I make a video discussing, like, Kira yesterday. I made the video, like, 6 ways to counter Kira. 2 or 3 days ago. You guys remember that video, 6 ways, and I completely left out Liam, which was a huge mistake. I made that video not because Kira is bad, but because I know a lot of people are going to be summoning and unlocking Kira, and those of you who are not want to know how to defeat her. And then I followed it up with a video talking about my favorite Kira teams. But a lot of people were commenting, oh, maybe I shouldn't level Kira now. People were messaging me, should I not level Kira because of all these ways to counter her? I mean, it doesn't make it. I'm not saying it kept me up last night. I'm not saying that it kept me, it kept me from sleeping. But man, it is not a good feeling when I know people are spending, they're spending their time and their money on something. And then somebody like me, a supposed expert or whatever you want to call me, influencer, just completely disparages their favorite thing. And yeah, I'll never do that again. Never do that again. Corvus best tank, let's go. He's good. He's good on offense. VIP 12 allows 150 Emerald exchanges. That's insane. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. I've noticed that some might be good early game or might only work better later on. Exactly. Sure sounds like it did. Yeah. Charlie, what's your take on sharing heroes amongst teams? I run the standard Astaroth Sator team, but needed ideas for a second team. Chaos team would share some heroes, but sounds strong. So, Chronic, the main strategy that you're going to want to plot out whenever you're building multiple teams is making sure that the heroes that you're spending your extra resources on beyond your main team are in some way utilitarian or a primary focus of the second team, right? So no matter, if you come up against specific Guild War fights, you have other options aside from your main team to swap in and out to counter those specific heroes. But you're talking about for the Global Championship and Grand Arena, it's all about just confusion, creating a puzzle at that point and solving a puzzle. But mixing teams is perfectly okay. I'm all for it. Man, the last 8 or 12 hours, I've just been in a mood about it. I've just been in a mood. So I have to max 2 of the same type of skins as in Rufus. 2 of the same type of skins. 2 of the same type of skins as in Rufus. 2 of the same type of skins. Does Rufus have 2 of the same skin on mobile? Yeah. So ultimately, you're going to want all of the health skins leveled up, right? All the skins stack. So yeah, you eventually will want to have both of them maxed out. Miracle, you will. Richard, good luck with your game today. Good luck. You do a video on 5 Kark counters since everyone is using him now. Everyone is using Kark? Kark is pretty easy to defeat. I've done videos on how to counter Kark. I'm not going to do another one. Okay. I want to talk about my absolute favorites. My absolute favorite Kai team. And he's not around anymore. But this is brought to you by Assassin. And I don't know if you guys remember Assassin. He had a really unfortunate situation with his phone that support just was not able to help him with. Where is my Kai? There we go. And then finally, Martha. Here we go. So this team right here is one of the teams that I'm building on my main account. Okay, we have Astaroth, Kai, Jorgen, Faceless, and Martha. Say what you will about your choices for your tank and your healer. The main core of this team is Kai, Jorgen, Faceless. Now, this is an expensive team. You have 2 strength heroes, Astaroth. Tanks are always expensive, of course. Jorgen, and then you have 3 intelligence heroes. So you don't have any agility hero to speak of here, which is fine. You could work on team 2 for your agility team or, whatever, but expensive team. Now, the way that this team works is a good amount of boosted magic damage from the magic attack artifacts from Kai and Jorgen. Of course, magic penetration from Faceless, and just general magic damage across the board. Obviously, this team has its weaknesses, and it didn't used to be amazing, or I'm sorry, it used to be amazing, and it's kind of fallen off in favor a little bit. But this is the team that I'm kind of building one of my lineups on Hero Wars Mobile, on my main account. Iris does not counter Rufus. Rufus is the only tank that Iris cannot counter, that Iris doesn't wreck. Anyway, so all of these heroes are relatively easy to get, with the exception of Martha, right? So you can absolutely use Thea in place of Martha until you get Martha. Some people could consider using Marcus, but some would even potentially consider not using a tank if you're using Marcus. Depending on the lineups, you could get away with this, right? But the way that I'm building it, because I was fortunate enough to be able to have access to, Martha Soulstones, is this right here. Everybody knows my love for Astaroth. I think that this has got enough damage potential that Astaroth is the play, despite his defensive nature. Astaroth you get from the story, the introductory story. Kai, of course, you get from the Tower Shop. You get Kai. Yeah. The hero Jorgen you get from the Outland Shop. I don't really want to go into the Outland Shop problems, but he is relatively easy to get if you're focusing on him, even though you shouldn't be. And then Faceless you can get from the Highwayman Shop. So this combination of heroes works extremely well. Offensive team especially, you can change things up a little bit on defense depending on how you're going to go about it. So the way that I would level up this team is focusing on one strength skin for my strength lineup. And I'm very fortunate that the second strength hero, being Jorgen, doesn't actually need a ton of investment. You really just need to get Jorgen's skills and level to max. And you don't really need to worry about his skins immediately. You can worry about his skins later on. Maybe work on his strength skin a little bit to get it so that he's not being, crit to death by certain heroes. But I like to level up Astaroth's armor skin first. After I've got Astaroth to a point that he's able to survive a good amount of hits, then I'll put some strength skin stones into the hero Jorgen, his strength skin, to get his health up, like I said, and to lessen the chance of him getting critical hit. Okay. Now, as far as intelligence skins are concerned, because I'd already heavily invested into Faceless, you could go that route, but because both of the heroes are pretty necessary, it's kind of a difficult thing to dig into. But the one that I would probably recommend if I was starting over, here we go, Kai. I don't know why my game is running so slow and laggy. So I would definitely work on the Magic Penetration Solar Skin first. Magic Penetration Solar Skin first, right? He doesn't have the artifact weapon for Magic Penetration. His artifact weapon is Magic Attack, which we'll talk about artifacts in just a second. I would focus on Kai's Solar Skin first. Okay. Solar Skin first. Get him to the point that he's able to do enough damage to actually, see what's going on. And you could then continue to work on him, putting into his magic attack or his intelligence skin, his default skin. But you will need to, if not immediately, kind of sharing skin stones over. The next thing that you need to focus on as far as your intelligence will be into Faceless's health skin. All right. His magic attack is nice, but you don't really use him for his magic attack abilities. Use him for his area of effect stun. Use him for his copy ability and his magic defense. Right? The chain lightning damage is okay, but you don't really need to do much with his magic attack. I just need Faceless to be alive. Okay. So his health skin, his masquerade skin would be who I would target with intelligent skin stones after I got that Kai magic penetration skin really up there. And the thing about Martha doesn't need much investment in order for her to become extremely tanky. She's just got naturally high health and armor, but you can definitely focus on her health as well. If you happen to get the masquerade skin, of course, that's the most important. Her magic attack and magic defense are almost not necessary, and her intelligence is super important, but it is not as important as you might think it is. Skins for Martha aren't really the play. Not really the play. One of the things that you need to pay attention to with this lineup, something that I found that I would really need to pay attention to, is making sure that her glyph, her armor glyph is low. Making sure that her armor glyph is low. And the reason for that, of course, is... There we go. So, Yasmin attacks the hero with the lowest armor. I want Yasmin to target my Martha. So you want to keep her armor lower than everybody else's if you can. It's going to be a difficult task with this team, but as you continue to level up, as you continue to build... Here we go. Kai is going to be your biggest problem. Keeping your armor below Kai for Martha is going to be your biggest problem. The Faceless... let's see, where are you here? Here we go. Whoops. Maybe Faceless too. It seems like I was just focusing on Kai. Jorgen, I know, has an armor glyph though, right? I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, so you're just going to need to make sure somehow to keep her armor below, if you're trying to specifically counter Yasmin's, I guess. Is it she becomes weak to big heroes like Kark though, right? Well, it really depends, because Kark attacks the heroes with the lowest health, D-Warman. So Martha's got higher health than potentially than Kai and Faceless. She definitely won't have higher health than Jorgen. So I guess with that lineup, she would be one of the lowest 3 health heroes, wouldn't she? There's actually really no way to get around it, because she's definitely not going to have lower health than the tank, and she's definitely not going to have lower health than Jorgen. All right, so don't fight Kark lineups with this team for sure. Any reason why Kai over Satori? Chronically, there's a Kai event active right now, and this is my favorite Kai team. That's why. That's the simple reason, Chronic. Do you see many Yasmin Kark teams on mobile? Yasmin plus Kark teams? Occasionally, yes. Occasionally, I do. But I don't really attack them with this team. So when it comes to artifacts, whoops. Here we go. A little bit. I'm going to go ahead and say this again. This is going to sound like a broken record. We say this every time. Get every hero's artifact weapon to 3 stars. A 3-star artifact weapon is a 100% chance that the team buff will activate. Okay, let me actually go into... Let me go into the expedition thing so I can have these much easier to look at. Here we go. So all of the artifact weapon fragments are unique to the hero. So just evolve the hero's weapons, evolve the star level of hero's weapons as you get the fragments, right? I like to level up my tank's artifact weapon with the elixirs first, right? So all my gray elixirs go into Astaroth, and then all my green elixirs go into Astaroth, and then I put my gray elixirs into my main damage dealer. So gray elixirs and then green elixirs into Astaroth, and then all gray elixirs from then on go into Kai. And then, of course, once my Scythe of Redemption here gets to the blue artifact elixirs, then I put all the blue ones into him, continue leveling up my Kai through the gray artifacts into the green, and then as I run into the violet artifacts, then I can put all of the blue artifact essences on my Kai. And that's kind of how I stagger those. Now, when it comes to everybody else, as far as the other, where should I spend my stuff? Since Kai is kind of the main damage dealer, even though Jorgen will often outdamage Kai with this lineup, by the way, a nicely juiced Jorgen will definitely outdamage your Kai. It is a lower priority because it takes so much investment. Why did I back out of there? The hero Jorgen, you really don't need to focus on his artifact, book, or ring that much. I would actually wait till his artifact and his book and ring until way late, if not last. Martha and Jorgen work on their book and ring potentially last. Well, I would say Jorgen last for sure. Obviously, a team magic attack buff is one of the reasons why Jorgen is there. So, working on this, getting this evolved, eventually is going to be important. But the main stars of this show is a combination of the three heroes, Jorgen, Faceless, and Kai. Faceless is who I would probably focus on for the artifact weapon second. Let me take a step back here. The book we'll talk about in a second. The book is where I would focus on with Kai. And why do I keep backing out of the airship? So having his magic penetration, having Faceless's magic penetration high is the point. I'm sorry, his artifact weapon magic penetration buff is the point of the attacks. Jorgen's big hit is going to be even bigger if you have a magic penetration buff on there. Of course, Faceless copying Jorgen or Kai is going to be huge damage to either the front line in the case of Jorgen or to the entire enemy team in the case of Kai. But after I really get my tank's artifact weapon really high, I think the Hermit Shroud is the next one to really focus on. The armor buff from Martha is okay, but it is not super important. And the two magic attack buffs from Kai and Jorgen are also really valuable. But this magic penetration buff is going to be what's going to let your team outdamage some of those mage teams. Right. Now, the magic penetration book for Faceless doesn't matter as much, but this is what I was talking about. After you get your tank's defenses up to a point that he's able to survive, and again, if we're focusing all of our essences in order from Astaroth and then to Faceless and then to the Kai Jorgen, or maybe Kai Martha then Jorgen, then the book you want to focus as well on your tank. You need the armor and magic defense so your tank can stay alive. And then these I would probably go with Kai. Kai. Here we go. Keep on going. So Kai has he's got magic penetration and magic attack. So Kai, his skills are what's bringing his use to the team, right? His artifact weapon, obviously, but his area of effect damage needs to be ignoring as much of the enemy's magic defense as possible. Faceless's magic penetration is important, and he has a magic penetration book as well, but Faceless has the bonus of having his artifact weapon providing a magic penetration buff, which should be most of what you need, if not all of what you need, to ignore the enemy's magic defense, right? So I like to work on the tank book first until he can stay alive, and then my main skill damage dealer book second with Kai, and then probably Faceless, maybe Martha, but Jorgen probably last for the book. And the same probably strategy works for for the ring as well. Focus on Astaroth or whoever your tank would be. Why is this lagging so much today? Focus all of your artifact metals to level up the artifact ring first on Astaroth, and then probably Kai, and then, I don't know, Martha or Faceless after that. Having a high strength provides high armor, as well as high physical attack, as well as, lessens the chance of being critical hit. Kai having more intelligence provides more magic attack. Same with Faceless. Though again, you don't really bring Faceless so much for his skills, aside from just his knockback and stun, and his copy, his duplicate, his doppelganger ability. Yeah. Yep, this is for mobile. So does anybody have any questions? Obviously, you're going to want to level these heroes up as fast as you can. When it comes to leveling decisions, I like to put everything in my tank first. I like to make sure that my tank is the highest level. My tank's skills are the highest level. And whatever elixirs you have after your tank, not elixirs, XP potions to level up after you're putting them into your tank, and any gold that you have after leveling up your tank's skills, then put them into your main damage dealer, which in this case, like I said, is Kai. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody have any questions about that? This is how I would build Assassin's Kai Jorgen Faceless team. Now, there's a lot of variations of it. Kai Jorgen Faceless is the main thing. I like Astaroth, and Astaroth works just fine in this lineup. Martha, I think, is the better choice for healer because it doesn't take away as much. It doesn't take away as much from resources as, say, Celeste would, or Dorian, for example. Thea would need a lot of resources as well. Martha, she's a slow healer, but Kai has a nice self-heal, so it should be fine. What team strength would you feel? Not true. Comfortable going into what team strength would you feel comfortable going into GSW? I mean, if I had the opportunity to fight in global championships, GSW. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, GSW. What if it mixed Kark with Kai? Kark and Kai is a great lineup. Kark and Kai is a great lineup, especially with the Fafnir line. It's probably a great lineup. For tank artifact star levels, is the book or ring more important? I think that it depends, Jiv. I think it depends on the hero. If you're in the artifact merchant buying fragments for a book or a ring, I mean, if you're talking about Astaroth, the ring is probably, I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. Astaroth doesn't get really, really high health on mobile because he doesn't have his cybernetic skin, which is a health skin. I guess it might not be a health skin. So if we're talking about Astaroth, I think the ring would probably be more important. Because his book doesn't provide health. Yeah. CSW. It's called Global Championship. Are we talking about the crossover war replacement is Global Championship? Participation is enough. People are so tied up on perfection. Guys, finished is better than perfect. Finished and being present is better than being perfect. Well, then you are a free win. Not showing up for your guild, also a free win. Unless we're bouncing around conversations here. I used Elmer as a tank for a long time now. I use Yasmin. Okay. What if I mix Carl? Let's see. Astaroth is kind of bad, but annoying. Okay. All I want to do is log in and waste my phone space with it being downloaded. Why am I using Astaroth instead of a real tank like Ziri? I think Astaroth works better in this lineup. I prefer Astaroth as a tank. Ziri's a great tank. Griff says Astaroth needs a new health skin and a better ult on mobile. I think his ult needs to be overhauled across the board. It's just way too weak. It's way too weak. And I think that day is coming eventually. I think that day is coming. I think Astaroth will get some kind of modification to his skills sooner or later. I really do. Just seen the vid on the winners for the last round. Okay, David. Good deal. Astaroth, let's see. So yeah, this is how I would build this team. If anybody has any questions, I will be clipping this video out and sharing it as a standalone video, like I did my Kira discussion from last week. So if you have any questions after today, leave them on that video and we'll answer them when we can. Yeah. Ziri hides. You know, if you don't do enough damage to Ziri, she doesn't hide. It's a lot of people keep forgetting about. If you can't do enough damage to her, she does not hide. Columbus. I'm facing Samurai. Here's the vaunted Yasmin Kark team. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. We don't necessarily need Sebastian here. I think we usually win with this lineup. I think we usually win with this lineup. But I tell you what, since we're talking about Kai today, even though we're talking about Kai on mobile, let's do it with this. Let's do it with Kai here. Probably going to lose me this fight, if I'm being honest. Let's stick with Faceless. Let's stick with Faceless. Do you think replacing Martha with Kark is an option since Kai and Kark? Sure, Jason. Yeah, it's definitely a more offensive lineup. Now, if I remember correctly, I had trouble with big stuns. Almost got in trouble there. Almost. I think I had more trouble with Galahad with this team than I did with anybody else. Thank you, Armor Artifact Buff. What's up, Hyper Foxtails? I evolved my Astaroth Artifact in those Order Weapon Ring book. I found a lot of success that way. Ring before book. Okay. 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 Darren, great question. By the way, guys, if you're looking for a way to support the channel, joining the YouTube Guild is a way that you can support me monetarily. And anytime a guild member says anything in the comment section, usually they get priority answering. Usually, obviously their name being green kind of stands out to me a little bit more. Darren, I had heard a rumor that Mojo is getting the next skills for Ascension. They weren't ready to ship with the Mojo Brawl. So I think he's next. I think he's next. Why Kai on mobile? Mike, Kai is the event that's active right now on mobile. All right. I think... This is just a mistake. That Ishmael's going to tear through. Yeah, that Ishmael's going to tear through, so we're not going to do that. Although we need more damage to drop that. Let's just do Kai. Let's just do Kai. We're going to use Kai in a lot of situations, I think. One of the main reasons why I'm continuing to lose is timeouts due to enemy Marthas. Oh, big dodge there. or of course Yasmin's or Galahad's. So I think if there's a way that I can counter enemy Marthas using a little bit of area of effect attacks here and there, I think Kai is my best choice. Yeah. If this team ever catches up to me, I do have some concerns. He's not even 800k yet. I am concerned about this team eventually. 200k power difference here. 140,000 power difference here. If this guy breaks 800, 850k, I'll probably start losing to him. I need to work on that. No, not double tank. Yeah, I'd be using Corvus as a damage dealer in that instance. Any idea on the next event starting tomorrow? Devin, I have no idea. Let's see if Loadrunner has leaked anything for us. Let's see. Nope. No leaks. No idea. I know that we're due for a pet event. But I don't know for sure. Come on now, they may as well have waited until they're ready then for Mojo. I agree, Wally. Any insight on, let's see. Well, sorry, Cry Havoc. I just don't know. What do you spend your emeralds on? I'm becoming more pay to play or pay to win, but I'm not sure what's the optimal strategy to spend. It really varies, Chronic. I mean, I spend a little bit on energy every day. Outland chests. Ascension chests, I guess. Yeah. I've been having success throwing Dante into third spot in my cart team in situations like that. You know, if I wasn't so focused on trying to get my Yasmin, Sebastian, and Isaac leveled up, I'm trying to level up my Yasmin so that she can solo Outland. So I'm putting a lot of resources into her. I guess my Sebastian and Isaac are leveled up enough, though. Isaac is at 83k, and Sebastian is at 90k. Probably leveled up enough. Yeah, I should probably start focusing a little bit more on Dante. But you're right, Dante would be a good choice there. Decreasing main stats. Spectral Spear. Increases dodge. Yeah. Those numbers always throw me since I'm used to the max 525k mobile teams. Scott K, I'm seeing like 1 million plus teams now. 1 million plus teams on Facebook. It's starting to get brutal. It's starting to get real bad. People are starting to have maxed out Ascension tiers as well as the Tree of Wisdom. Maxed out heroes, maxed out pets. Man, it's starting to get tough. I'll probably never break the top 10 in Arena ever again on this server. NA1, has anyone done any math on how long does it generally to level a hero completely with various budget per month? Yeah, I think somebody did at one time figure out that if you buy during a ×4 sale, all slots that are available, I'm sorry, if you only buy emeralds during a ×4 sale, and you get lucky with a couple of other events, I think you can max a hero in $1,300. So I don't know if it's $1,300, and this is just based on memory completely. $1,300 in one weekend or $1,300 across a couple of ×4 emerald weekends. Because you can't, like, if you look at the ×4 options, like, I can spend, what is it, like $400? Like, you can only spend like $400 a day. Without doing too much math, right? $350, $375-ish to buy all 6 packages. And of course you can buy those all 3 days in a row. So $1,200 in one weekend. You could probably max a hero in one weekend if you spent, $1,200 to $1,400. Not 100% sure on that. Only $400. $1,300, $1,300 to max a hero. Yeah. There's a lot of assumptions tied up in there as well. Like assuming you already have plenty of hero potions. That's extreme. I mean, I guess. It's more than I would want to spend on this. Some people really want to have a maxed hero immediately. You know, there's a lot of artificial barriers in place in this game, but if you want to max a hero, there really isn't any. You know, you can spend as many emeralds as you want on Outland chests. You can spend as many emeralds as you want on artifact chests. You can spend as many emeralds as you want on the rarity fair or on energy. You know, if you have enough gold and enough XP potions to level up your hero and level up the skills, there's really no other barrier. If you're not first, you're last, they say. That's above my budget. I'm fine with Arena 150. Yeah, me too. Me too. And that kind of harkens back to my original statement from earlier. It's like I would never go out of my way to say that somebody made a mistake leveling up a hero. Like I will say that I made a mistake because of specific reasons, but I will never say like, oh, this hero is the worst hero in the game. Unless I'm trying to be funny about it or, you know, making a joke or whatever. Yeah. Wouldn't the skin stone stop you? No, I fix it. You can just keep opening outland chests forever. Keep opening outland chests forever. That will feed a family of 4 in third world for a year. That'd probably feed my family for a year too. No. No, my boys, they just keep growing. Reworks happen. Yeah. Aurora, Kai, Sebastian, Iris, Martha propelled me to the top 20. Nice. Denny, we are talking about mobile with the Kai team, not the not Facebook and web. Not Facebook and web. Live stream tomorrow is at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That is later in the evening. That is 8.5 hours later than today's live stream. All right. That's because on Thursday evenings, there's a Facebook and web event every single weekend. My live stream will go live 30 minutes before the event does go live. Late tonight, early tomorrow morning, we will have information about this weekend's event on Facebook and web. And we will we'll do a video about that, discussing how to plan for it the best. Hopefully it's a Great Storm pet event. We had Time of the Fearless last week, so I think that it will be a pay event either way. It's not time for a new hero. It's not time for Summerfest. Not time for new skins yet. No idea what it's going to be. It's probably a pet event. We'll find out tomorrow. Hope to see everybody there. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.